Hello, welcome back everyone. So Eddie Howe's under massive pressure. Some Newcastle fans want him out. Some feel he's got a couple of results left to try and save his job. Beginning at Leicester City today, who are buoyed by the appointment of Ruud van Nistelrooy, picking up 4 points from the last 2 games, in particular being 2-0 down last time out and coming back to grab a point. Newcastle are conceding goals last couple, 7 in the last 2 games against Liverpool and Brentford. However, they have scored 5 in return. But the showing down in West London was absolutely appalling last weekend. Newcastle needed a bounce back. And going into the game, I'm thinking to myself, there needs to be a performance today. Newcastle need to pick up 3 points against a side that should be, or there or thereabouts, hovering around the relegation zone and maybe just outside of it come the end of the season. This is the sort of fixture that you need at home with the crowd with you, coming up against Ruud van Nistelrooy's Leicester City. Getting at the ground, there was a couple of changes. Sandro Tonali was back, Anthony Gordon was back, Longstaff was back to the bench, and of course Harvey Barnes was back to the bench against his old side. We've got long-term injuries. Callum Wilson and Nick Pope are going to be out for at least a month each, so that's a bit of a shame. So Martin Dubravka was in the nets, but and of course the lads are on the pitch. We've got Jason Tyndall. Last Christmas I gave you my heart. You know how the song goes, but the very next day you give it away. You know how it goes, and I'll give it to Jason Tyndall. So obviously Tyndall taking the coach as he does. The lads are warming up. Atmosphere, everyone's feeling confident of a home win because Newcastle are at home are normally strong. As the lads go back into the dressing room, get changed, obviously the war flags display coming back out was absolutely fantastic. It was a quote from Sir Bobby Robson just to remind everybody of how great, first of all, he is and how great this place, St James's Park, is. We all know that. We're going to allow the first goal to go in, which was scored by Jacob Murphy. Listen to the crowd go nuts. So half time, 1-0 up. I'm just thinking to myself, you've got to go and score that second goal. Got to come out second half, get an early goal and go and enjoy the afternoon. And by God, did we not. 2-0 thanks to Bruno Guimarães. And then it was 3 for Isak. And then it was 4 for Jacob Murphy grabbing a double. Let's listen to the crowd go absolutely nuts as the second, third and fourth goal went in. As Bruno waves to the crowd as he's being substituted, this is an unbelievable performance by Newcastle. A lot of happy faces at the end. It was much needed, let's not kid ourselves. Newcastle picked up 3 valuable points, and at the end a clean sheet, a comfortable win, dominated display. This is by far the worst side I've seen Newcastle play this season. Leicester were absolutely shocking. Appalling, in fact. Play like that, they're going to go down. This was 100% domination from Newcastle. Don't get me wrong, it's nice to see it from Newcastle. We played really well, but Leicester didn't help themselves mind. But it's 3 points. The Premier League is very, very tight. Newcastle are right up just behind 7th place. It's so tight that a couple of wins can ping you up. And Newcastle have obviously got the 3 points. They'll head into Brentford in midweek, which we've just been beaten by. But Brentford are great at home, but awful away. Back here Wednesday night, under the lights, you've just got to keep Vissa and Wemo quiet, and Newcastle should hopefully progress to the next stage, which will be the semi-finals of the League Cup. But there's no doubt about it, Leicester were shocking. I mean, we've got Bromley coming up in the FA Cup. They'll give us a harder game than what Leicester did. They were appalling, but A lot of happy faces heading home, going to pubs, clubs, talk about the game. And of course, we're about to film the last word with two of our co-colleagues of ours. Absolutely fantastic that Newcastle picked up 3 points. Well deserved, much needed. Roll on Brentford in midweek. Away the lads!